Welcome to Tim's Vinyl Confessions.
Hey guys.
I'm Tim Derling, Matt Phillips here. We're at Matt's place and we are talking about classic albums live, and we're talking about Led Zeppelin. And this is one of my favorite things. I love going to see bands in concert, but classic albums live is something very, very special. They're a touring troupe and they recreate classic albums live. It's kind of self-explanatory. You've seen us talk about them with the Rush 2112 last year.
So good.
And this year, they are at the Playhouse in Fredericton. Once again, that's a favorite spot for them. It's also the closest place for us to recreate Led Zeppelin's fifth album, Houses of the Holy. Before we talk about Houses of the Holy, I want to talk about classic albums live and their ability to do just about everything. Now, I can speak a little bit to their ability to perform Led Zeppelin. Matt can do more so. Matt and I both saw them do Led Zeppelin 4 back in 2008. And of course, they perform the album, they take a break, and then they come back out and they do other random songs by the featured artist. And they were amazing. They did a really, really good job with the Led Zeppelin material that I saw. You've seen them 2 more times than that.
Yeah, well, I've actually seen them in total 10 times. And I've seen them do 3 Zeppelin albums, so they've done 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
And now this will be Houses of the Holy.
So do you remember anything in particular that differs? Like, because we both went to see the 4th one. But when they did Led Zeppelin 2, Led Zeppelin 3, is there anything, or any of the other songs that they came out and did that come to mind as being particularly great, or is it just...
Well, they always throw in, like, they're not going to come up and always do, like, Stairway to Heaven, but they've done, like, I'm trying to remember which one. They opened their second set with In the Evening, like... And
they do things like that. They do songs that you wouldn't think would be obvious, which is great. When we saw Rush, they came back out with La Villa Strangado, first song. So yeah, when we saw them do Led Zeppelin 4, I remember being very pleased that they did Fool in the Rain.
Yeah. Because
I'd love to see them do Into the Outdoor, but that's probably not likely to happen. But House of the Holy is the album we're going to be talking about, and I thought we would just show off different formats of that album like we did with the 2112. Okay. So Matt, why don't we start off with the vinyl. Originally this album was supposed to be called Led Zeppelin 5, then it was retitled to Houses of the Holy. A very bizarre album cover. It's not one of my favorite album covers. It might actually be one of my least favorite album covers of ones that I own. Not a word on it, no text on it whatsoever. Such was Led Zeppelin's popularity, they didn't need text on it. And if you saw the little maple leaf that was up in the corner, that's actually an early 80s reissue in Canada, because 1980 to 1984, anything that was in Warner Electro Atlantic, you'll see that little maple leaf up there.
Oh, we got a gatefold here. Cover you up for a bit.
Yeah, the gatefold is... and this is done by Hypnosis, veteran British album cover design team. Storm Thorgerson and Aubrey Powell are the guys that did this album. And this one, for the very first time, contained a lyric sheet. The biggest hit off this album was a song that was actually kind of done as a joke. A lot of people know the song. They probably don't know what it's called, or they might pronounce it as Dire Maker. It's actually called Jamaica, to pronounce as Jamaica. This album was a little bit different for Led Zeppelin. I almost want to say parts of it sound almost progressive in parts. When I think about The Song Remains the Same, the Rain song, and especially No Quarter. It's very deep into the Led Zeppelin mythos. That's the typical red, green Atlantic logo. Probably not what originally came on it, but this is a reissue. It's been reissued several times since, of course. I'm going to show you the oldest version of this that I have. It's a good old trusty 8-track version. I found this at the Record Expo in Moncton earlier this year.
Wow. So
this is a Canadian Atlantic issue. The album came out in 1973. And the way that they've got this broken up, songs are in the wrong order. It goes, The Song Remains the Same, The Ocean, No Quarter, The Crunge, Over the Hills and Far Away, The Rain Song Part 1, Dancing Days, and closing off with Jamaica. Totally out of order. We'll show you the CD. Now, the CD has been reissued many, many times. This is the version that came out in Canada. This is a Canadian Columbia House version, sometime in the 80s. Jimmy Page was not happy with these original CDs, and one of the things he wasn't happy about was the fact that they altered the artwork.
Yeah.
Me, myself, I actually don't mind that they altered the artwork.
a look inside.
Yeah, that's a typical Atlantic CD from its era. And like the record itself, I'm pretty sure it contains all the lyrics too. 7 songs, it's a long album. There are only 7 songs on it. Over the Hills and Far Away is another well-known song from this album. Of course, I mentioned the album opener, The Song Remains the Same, gave its name to their infamous concert film as well. And to finish off, as far as formats go, this is a US cassette copy of Houses of the Holy.
Now, have you had that from way back when?
No, this one came from High Tides Music, just not too long ago. So, Houses of the Holy, there's the formats. Matt, as far as Led Zeppelin albums, rankings go, how does Houses of the Holy sit with you?
Maybe my second or third favorite album. Definitely not the album cover, but I like some of their quirkier songs with the Jamaican influence.
Yeah, the Crunge is fun. It's like a James Brown parody, Take It to the Bridge, and that sort of thing. I like Over the Hills and Far Away is an awesome acoustic, electric, hybrid song. No Quarter is just a really awesome, moody track. The Ocean is a great riff. Odd Time signature on that one.
Yeah, we're really going to be able to see the Classic Albums Live band shine. Because there's all kinds of interesting parts.
And they do it. We know they can do it. And then I'm curious as to what else they're going to do, what other songs they could do. Now, if you could, just for fun, Matt, if you could give 3 songs, if the Classic Albums Live guys were watching, 3 other Led Zeppelin songs that you've never heard live in any form that you just really like, what would they be?
Southbound Soiree.
Awesome. I was going to say that one. Yeah.
The one I always used to call Double D. Darlene.
Darlene from Coda, yeah.
Oh, geez, another song. What would you like to hear?
I was going to say something from In Through the Outdoor. I was going to say Carouselambra.
Oh, okay.
That's a long song. There's some keyboards in it, some great drumming in it. I'm going to pick another one from Coda. I'd like to hear Wearing and Tearing.
Oh,
like and then maybe I don't know. Maybe something quirky like Out on the Tiles from Led Zeppelin 3. Yeah. But whatever they do is going to be great because that's what they do. Greatness is what they bring you. I'm telling you, whatever area of the continent you're in, check out ClassicAlbumsLive.com, see if there's a show coming to you. And if you see an album listed that you like, you're going to hear it the way that you know it. Here we are at the Fredericton Playhouse. We are getting ready for Classic Albums Live, Led Zeppelin, House of the Holy. Take a look. There's the stage. And if you look somewhere over here in the crowd.
Will's looking at you.
Yeah. Will's here. He's just shy. We'll talk about what we think of the show after. All right, we are post Classic Albums Live, Led Zeppelin, House of the Holy. Incredible show. Here's Will.
Here I am.
Will is sitting somewhere behind us. There's Matt. So, guys, show was incredible. People are getting out of the way here. They wonder what we're doing here. Incredible performance. And I didn't know until a couple nights ago that the vocalist is Nick Walsh. And anybody that about our age, grew up in the 90s, you know who Nick Walsh is, the singer from Slik Toxik. Did a phenomenal job. All the right notes, all the phrasing. Matt, highlights.
Kashmir.
Second set. They opened with Kashmir.
Tangerine, I've never heard the band.
I was not expecting Tangerine, song from the 3rd album. What about you, Will?
Could have done without Kashmir.
Oh! So what was your favorite?
The Ocean, probably.
Yeah. Dazed And Confused was cool.
Dazed And Confused was cool.
Last song, How Many More Times? That was amazing. Don Polito, lead guitar. I don't know what else to say. It's Classic Albums Live. Great show. Tim's Final Confessions.